in his reign, in his reign, in his reign. 3 rules catapulting me, finally I see. In his reign, coming to maturity, I am in his reign.
Welcome to the Terrace Talk today, and it's very hard to go into all sorts of things about life and why we're here, what's the meaning of life, looking at the tragedy that's happened in the fires in LA and how this happened so quickly without any warning. It just came on them. This is just so sad for so many people who live there and have lost everything, lost every worldly possession that they own. Makes me think of things like it says that everything that's seen is temporary and everything unseen is eternal. Well, we're looking at what we put on all our possessions, the things that we love, and how we collect, and the feelings we have. I remember one of our friends at home knocked off a beautiful little statue off the mantelpiece by mistake, an accident, and it was a family heirloom, and he knocked it and it crashed. And another person, one of our cleaners, broke a beautiful vase that I'd been handed down from my mum, a lovely old Venetian glass vase. And I felt, oh, I'd lost something precious, I'd lost something dear. This is how we think about our possessions and things that we attach ourselves with. And yet everything unseen is permanent, eternal. So look at that. I'm just looking now and wanting to go into a word that's got nothing to do with this, but that's where I went. And I want to talk about the spiritual side of things, the supernatural side of life, where we're going, because it's a supernatural journey, and we're made up of body, being, and spirit. We are supernatural beings, but we put very little accent onto the supernatural, the spiritual. Everything is very physical and worldly, how we are, how we react. And I'm wanting to look at this word called attacked, because in Romans 7:23 tells us, I see in my members another law waging war against the law of my mind, and making me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members. Wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? I see in my members another law waging war. So there's something else inside us going against what I want to do that's good, against the law of my mind. So in your members, in your body, there's a thing in your mind, there's thoughts, and making me captive to the law of sin. So holding me down, that spirit in our flesh is what is the sin that dwells in our members. Wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? Because it's like death, controlled by the spirit in our flesh. Do you believe this is true, that you have a spirit in your flesh? The word is telling you there. The word attack, wretched men that I am, to crowd upon. This is what's going on inside, to invade. That invasion we talked about, to overcome. Something's overcome you. It's a religious thing to worship, to present, to adduce an argument. You know, having drama, an argument, this spirit, this attack, by reversal, to stand back, make to approach, to give place, go hard, overtake you, stand, to strike with more or less violence, to knock together, that is, surround, compass about, cut down, destroy, enclose, around, pray, to encircle. These things come, this horde of spiritual attack comes to encircle you for attack or protection. Accuse, be an adversary, resist. This is all going on in our members, in our body, in our thought patterns. In Scripture it tells us in 2 Corinthians, we are attacked from every direction. Where from? Every direction. It says don't be surprised. Don't be surprised at the attack. Don't be surprised. But we are not crushed. You're attacked from everywhere. But don't be surprised. But we are not crushed. We are at a loss as what to do, but never in despair. We are persecuted, but never abandoned by Yahusha. We are knocked down, yet not dead yet. That's true. That's the battle, the fight against the spirit and the flesh. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, it says. In Ephesians 6 it says, for we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. That's who we're fighting. Wicked spirits of old, they've been around for a long, long time, much longer than you can imagine. And this is what the evil is doing to the world. This is what the evil is controlling, the whole area in people's minds and hearts in this day and age. The Spirit equips us to tear down strongholds and lies that the enemy uses to attack our minds. We have Yahusha's Spirit in us, and that equips and helps us. We use Yahusha's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasonings and to destroy false arguments. We use Yahusha's mighty weapons. What are his weapons? To knock down the strongholds of human reasonings and to destroy false arguments. So Yahusha's Spirit equips us to tear down strongholds and lies that the enemy uses to attack our minds, that comes through in your thoughts. So humble yourselves before Elohim. That's a weapon, to be humble. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. That's where you go. Say no. That means just say no to those thoughts. Sounds simple, and it is. You can just say no, but you have to recognize where they're from. In Proverbs 4 it tells us, don't do as the wicked do, and don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving on. Keep moving forward. In James 1, it tells us, Yahusha blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward they will receive the crown of life that he promised to those who love him. Patiently endure. This is where we're to go. In 1 John 5 it tells us, for everyone born of Elohim overcomes the world. And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our belief. Our belief overcomes the world. Put this in your mind as we go through, because our belief is what wins the victory over the world. You have this belief. Yahusha chose you and led you to him, and you've seen who he is, and you know and you believe. Don't let go of that. And defeats the spirit in our flesh. Our belief will defeat the spirit in our flesh. By checking our thoughts, we can see that everything that comes from Yahusha is able to overcome the world. And the power by which we have overcome the world is our belief that Yahusha is Elohim. The strength and the power that we know and we believe Yahusha is Elohim. He has conquered sin. He is Elohim. As Yahuah transformed to become Yahusha in the flesh, in human form, so we must transform and change him into the new behavior. So we must transform and change into the new behavior of the two royal laws of love. For whatever is born of Yahusha overcomes the world. And this is the victory that overcomes the world. Our belief. This is the victory that overcomes the world. It's our belief. That strength in your belief. Don't let go of it. Don't go back on this stand that you've made inside yourself. Don't go back on this stand. And you will see the attacks flying your way. You will see the attacks flying your way to reverse, trying everything to overtake you, using sympathy, emotions, blow-ups, crying, shaming, rejection, false accusations. Everything will come against lies, mocking you, etc. Do you like this invasion when you let it in, trying to cut you down, knock you off the path, test your belief? We need to stay alert and see and play and monitor. See the play and monitor the way Yahusha wants us to respond to situations, because demons are so boring. They do the same routines, threats and foul language all the time. Not at all creative. There's nothing new that they bring up. They're the same, and that's why how you can recognize them. The word tells us we are attacked from every direction, even by those closest to us. The big problem is we look at it as people saying and doing these hateful things, but not recognizing that it is the spirit in their flesh controlling them, and they are locked up inside, unable to break free. They're blocked under control of the evil, the wickedness, the spirit in their flesh. They're blocked and closed. Yahusha has given us the antidote to this blockage, to this attack and this spirit that's blocked and controlling and locked up people in their flesh. The antidote of his love to conquer evil. Love covers, love believes all, love expects all, love endures all. Can you go there? Always being aware what you're doing and not afraid of the outcome that may not look right or positive at the time. This is how Yahusha handled the attackers. He kept his cool in every area, ducking out of the scene when it's got too nasty, being cunning to escape those coming to trap him, humouring and facing the truth in every dialogue and every confrontation, everything that came upon him. It seems a lot to comprehend, to do when evil is around, But it says to be as a child. To be as a child when evil's around, knowing nothing, being ignorant and just saying nothing, going gaga, babab, and, just humouring. Listening to Yahusha's spirit of truth in us, he always gives us a way out. He gives that way out. Don't go back. Keep moving forward. Say no to those wrong thoughts. Say no. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers. What's this principalities and powers? Against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You might think this is all a bit high and mighty, this is all a bit, it doesn't affect me. I'm not in powers and principalities, but this is where it filters down into, in all areas in society, in the mindset, in the whole area of how people think today. This is filtered into society, the rulers of the darkness of this world. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of Elohim, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, truth and righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all taking the shield of belief, wherefore you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, protecting your heart, protecting yourself, and take the helmet of deliverance and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahusha. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all Yahusha's people. This is the armour. This is the antidote. We can have the truth, his righteous behaviour in love, joy, peace. The peace, the preparation, always going with peace. Taking the shield of belief. Don't let go. In your heart you know the truth. That's the belief that you have that will quench the fiery darts, that will stop anything coming at you and going into your heart, causing you confusion and hurt and upset. That helmet of deliverance is where the thoughts come, and the sword of the Spirit, which putting the word to practice, saying his word and knowing his word and believing his word and walking and acting his word, having his word in your heart. It will come. The right word will come when you need it. These attacks are the power that's come against us all to stop us delivering this message of deliverance to the chosen bride, to whom it is revealed to in these last days. There's been a great attack coming against this message of deliverance to the chosen bride, who's been revealed this in the last days. It says this revelation will be revealed to us in the last days so that we can overcome. We have been given this new revelation of the vein in the last days, coming through our servant as he heard from Yahusha to give to us, boldly speaking this word of truth so we can overcome the world, to be delivered through the Spirit and fire baptism, and by belief enter the wilderness rest, waiting for our Yahusha's return. This is where we're to go, through the vein, and this revelation has come to us and been open to us in this last time, so that we can understand and know how to get through, how to overcome, how to get delivered through the fire, spirit and fire baptism, cleaning us out of all that unclean, and Yahusha's fire baptism, where he comes into us and we know him. We get to know him in such a way which is so wonderful. I'm so grateful Yahusha has come and dealt with me, and then by belief we can enter the wilderness rest. This makes sense to me, and I know that we have been delivered this message, and the attack has been great, but we can overcome. We can overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, to testify and to bring this word to you, knowing Yahusha wants us to deliver it, so that you can become part of the bride and go into the wilderness rest, waiting for Yahusha's return. Take care, brothers and sisters. I love you very much.
In his reign, in his reign, in his reign, 3 rules catapulting me, finally I see. In his reign, coming to maturity, I am in his reign. Teach us to be bold for you, strengthen our trust in your word. We're a witness